Jurors in the Thomas Clayton murder trial heard testimony about statements Clayton made to police shortly after Kelly's death.
And WENY's Logan Wilson joins us live from the Steuben County Courthouse tonight with those details from court today. Logan.
Nick and Renata, it was a full day of testimony here for day 17 of Thomas Clayton's murder trial. This morning, 2 investigators testified to interviewing Clayton moments after Kelly's death. Now, investigator Donald Lewis and investigator Brian Kizemko interviewed Clayton around 3 in the morning on September 29th at the New York State Police Barracks in Painted Post. And during that interview, Clayton told them he saw Kelly and her face was bloody and even described it as horrific when he walked in the home that night. He then said he checked on his kids. His daughter told him there was a robber. Both investigators also testified to Clayton telling them about a safe under the bed and in the basement, as well as around $1,000 in the house. The defense asked if that information was given to the command post. Investigator Lewis said yes. Clayton also told investigators he and Kelly had no issues and he was faithful. Clayton also told investigators he could not mention one person that could be a suspect or enemy. Both investigators said Clayton never mentioned Michael Beard or why he switched cars when he was at his daughter's gymnastics. Now, during cross-examination, the defense asked why the investigators didn't conduct this interview at another police station with recording capabilities. They said they were told to go to state police in Painted Post and that recording interviews aren't required. The defense also asked why the safe and truck switching information wasn't included in the statement. Investigator Kizemko said the deposition was more of a timeline. Both investigators also say that Clayton answered their questions and voluntarily consented to a search of his home. Now, coming up on WENY News at 6, I'll tell you about testimony from multiple women who claim to have sexual relationships with Thomas Clayton, as well as what Thomas Clayton told them about his wife, Kelly. We'll have that testimony coming up for you on WENY News at 6. But for now, reporting from the Steuben County Courthouse, Logan Wilson, WENY News.
Jurors in Thomas Clayton's murder trial heard testimony about extramarital affairs Clayton allegedly had before Kelly's death.
WENY's Logan Wilson joins us live from the Steuben County Courthouse tonight with details on that testimony. Logan.
Nick and Renata, things were tense in the courtroom this afternoon as multiple women took to the stand today to testify about sexual relationships they say they had with Thomas Clayton. One of the women even saying that Clayton told her he wanted someone to come and take care of his wife. Now, that woman also told jurors that Clayton would insult his wife, saying she's lazy, among other things. The woman also testified to Clayton telling her he couldn't leave Kelly because she would take everything from him. The second woman testified to having sex with Clayton just a few weeks after Kelly's death and a couple more times until February of 2016. Clayton told this woman he didn't like Kelly, he didn't love her, and he was going to leave Kelly before their first child was born, but the baby was his decision to stay. Also on the stand this afternoon was one of Kelly's family members. This family member testified to Clayton telling her he slept with 3 other women. The witness also told the jury who those women were specifically. Clayton also told this family member he didn't love Kelly and he was going to divorce her when the kids were older. The witness also testified to seeing Clayton at the scene the night of Kelly's death. The witness said Clayton wasn't responding to Kelly's family, and during cross-examination, the witness said that police told him they were not allowed to go over to Thomas Clayton the night of Kelly's death. Now, also on the stand today was a New York State Police forensic identification investigator. He testified to the evidence that was collected in this case and that was sent to a lab in Albany. His testimony will continue tomorrow when court resumes. And as always, for the latest updates on this case, you can follow me on Twitter. But for now, reporting from the Steuben County Courthouse, Logan Wilson, WENY News.